The day that I understood art was the same day that I started looking at video games critically. This happened in 2006 with the release of Capcom's Okami, but really took place in the months leading to the title's release. Okami is the tale of a sun god taking the form of a white wolf and has to return balance to the world. But this isn't a review of the game. Okami takes a lot of inspiration from traditional Japanese ink brush art, but adds new life with the game being interactive. Flowers grow from every place you step, and you affect the world with a mystical ink brush. This game opened up my eyes that video games could be more than just a pastime, but rather a form of artistic expression. This, however, is not a message I can easily convey to other people, and it's because of this that I found a way to find parallels between one of the most popular art mediums and video games: film. A lot of people's first video game is the recognizable Mario Bros., released in 1981. The pixel art of the game doesn't inspire the same emotions as, say, the Mona Lisa, but rather gives people a simple story of a man named Mario trying to rescue his girlfriend from atop a giant building. If this sounds familiar, it's because this is similar to the ending of King Kong from 1933. That's just one example of parallels, and even then this is a game taking inspiration. But what if a game could transcend film? The game BioShock was released in 2007 and was critically received as a masterpiece, a staple in storytelling, a cinematic experience. But why? The game of BioShock takes the player as the protagonist Jack through the underwater world of Rapture, a utopia that has fallen and crumbled. The gameplay style consists of shooting and using pseudo-magic, and it's a fairly linear experience, but it's beautiful to look at. But that's not what this game does. When I played it, I was engrossed in the story. There are no cutscenes, you're never taken out of the shoes of the protagonist, and the world's history is revealed to you through dialogue with the mysterious Andrew Ryan. Political ideals are what ruined this utopia, and a tale right out of Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. BioShock delivered the story of Atlas Shrugged to many new people in a way that film has not been able to do. In 2008, Dead Space attempted to surpass the horror genre, specifically paying homage to films like Alien and Predator. Dead Space was met with critical success as it took the desolate spaceship formula and successfully adapted it in a way that not only the officially licensed Alien games could, but Dead Space had managed to not only pay homage to the franchise, but also surpass what it had done in terms of fear and immersion. Since the release of those two particular games, the medium as a whole has started to step away from just fun into a new world of serious stories with a new level of immersion. The game Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, delivers an experience that cannot be conveyed in film. When playing the game, the player controls each sibling with one side of the control, and they have to work together in order to complete their quest, but one of the brothers dies before being able to return home, and the player has to guide the lone brother home, alone. The mechanic made me feel helpless, and even made me mourn the death of the other brother. I was alone as a character, and as a player I'd lost the ability to use half of my control. But in a moment of immersion, I had to continue using the prompts from the deceased brother in order to give strength to the living. I cried because of the level of emotions I felt. The message that we're never really alone when someone dies was conveyed in a way that I had never experienced in film, since the game had forced me to experience this relationship. The technology for games has reached a point where visually games are on par with many films, some even using Hollywood actors for voice acting and motion capture. Games are starting to take more cues and inspiration from films and genres, and many of them are surpassing them in terms of making the player feel like they are truly the protagonist. In the end, that's what art does. It gives an experience, and video games give an experience that is unlike any other, putting people straight into the driver's seat, letting them experience the heartache, the hardships, the challenges and obstacles. It's an experience that moves a person, that invokes a reaction. The same way the film has left me in awe, video games have also left me in tears, in shock, and even in anger.